Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Contractor Q&A. I'm Chris Gray, Managing Editor with Roofing Contractor Magazine, and I'm so excited to be joined today by Michael Dier, owner of Watkins Construction and Roofing in Jackson, Mississippi. Michael, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And now, could you just tell me a little bit about your company?
Yeah, so we're Watkins Construction and Roofing. We're in located. Our headquarters is in Jackson, Mississippi. We have three locations: one here and about 10 miles north in Ridgeland, Mississippi, and we also have a third location in Fairhope, Alabama. So I actually started in this business back in 2000 professionally. My dad was a roofer. He used to do new construction and he also did repairs. So he taught me a lot, when I was a kid. And, it took me a while before I realized I really wanted to make it a career, but I did in 2000. So I started working for Watkins Construction and Roofing in the year 2000, making $10 an hour. Um, I was doing, like remodel type work. And, we would do some roofs. We'd get a roofing job, and me and my childhood best friend growing up, Stephen Watkins, we would split the proceeds on a roofing job. But when we didn't have roofs, I would go back and work by the hour with the company. So that went on for probably about a decade or so. And we started advertising a lot at about 2010, and really focused on the brand and quality and all the things that make a great company. And we got lucky enough to experience a few storms. Hurricane Katrina in '05. We had some localized hail events, and throughout all that, the volume increase, we never sacrificed the quality of our work. And scaled up our marketing efforts, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. So here we are, 20 years later, and we've got 43 employees. So it's been a blessing.
Excellent. And could you tell me just a little bit about the work you do, residential
Yeah.
versus construction, that sort of thing?
Yeah. So we do mostly residential. We are transitioning into commercial currently. We've been doing more and more commercial over the last year. That's something we really want to, you know, try to do better at. We do a lot of service work. We do a lot of repairs. We start out, we'll do a simple general maintenance on a roof. We'll seal around penetrations, steps on chimney flashing, any kind of exposed nail heads, but we'll do complete re-roofs as well. So it's a pretty broad spectrum of what we try to do. We do some exterior trades and interior trades too. Mostly the work tied into an insurance claim, but when it comes to inside, we're not doing kitchen remodels, bath remodels, anything like that. It's usually a sheetrock repair, paint a ceiling. We may replace some window screens and do the roof. So it's not, we're a licensed commercial general contractor. We're fully capable of doing anything that's presented to us, but we like to stick with, uh, you know, those types of trades, pretty quick turnover type work. So
Got it. Excellent. And you mentioned getting into the industry thanks to your father. Could you tell me maybe a little bit about some of maybe the lessons that you
yeah,
learned from your father that maybe carried over into running Watkins Construction?
sure. Well, I've literally been in the roofing industry my whole life. I've had some builders come to me over the years and say that back in the early '80s, the economy was really bad and it was tough to find work. And my dad and my mom actually did new construction together, and they had me on a site and a pack and play while they worked. So I've been around this. I'm 41 years old, so I've been around it my whole life pretty much. But yeah, I wasn't old enough to really, witness him doing new construction, but I was definitely old enough to witness him do repair work. And he became known as the go-to for those difficult roof leaks, and when 2 or 3 people attempted it and it still leaked, they'd call my dad. And he really taught me a lot of important lessons on how water works, how to shed water, how to keep it outside of the home. And a lot of those lessons that he taught me, as a teenager are still, alive and well in this company at this stage. So we've always put a lot of emphasis on quality and holding up our warranty. And I mentioned earlier a hailstorm. When a hailstorm normally hits, everybody's trying to scramble and try to find labor. Anybody with a truck and a trailer and a heartbeat, they just need somebody to put a roof on. And we've never done that. We've always, we started with one crew. When we found the second one and got them trained up, doing it the way we want to, then we went to a third. We didn't get ahead of ourselves. And I think that, some of my colleagues have told me that was one of the smartest things that we ever did, is just maintain the emphasis on the quality like that. So we've been very fortunate. But yeah, my dad was a big part. We have in our showroom, we actually have like a little plaque made. He's got an old East Wing. He had an old East Wing hammer, and it's got we got a plaque made with the last known hatchet of my dad. So it's pretty cool to have that here. And he still comes and visits from time to time, but he hasn't been in the industry since the late '90s. So he's pretty proud of me, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome, and that's
Yeah.
really cool that you have that plaque for him. I'm sure he really appreciates that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And clearly the lessons are paying off. Watkins Construction was on the Inc. 5000 list over the past 2 years.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you could tell me just a little bit about some of the maybe key decisions that you feel helped the company grow and make that, cause that achievement.
Yeah. So one of the most important things I think that we've done is aligned ourselves with a CRM. We started with kind of a cookie cutter version of a CRM, which was still better than paper. But it keeps everything in one place. All our communication, our files, our photos. I mean, everything is together and organized, and you can follow along the different milestones within the cycle of a job, or the life cycle of a job. And then we outgrew that first CRM and kind of went into a bigger and more robust version of the CRM, which is AccuLinks. I can't say enough good things about AccuLinks. It's really made a huge impact in our ability to scale and grow and to maintain organization, as we, hire more and more people. So CRM is definitely very important. Leadership, having the right people in the right places, and to have meetings with substance, and where we have action steps, and we actually, delegate responsibilities and put deadlines on things and hold each other accountable. I think that's a very important thing to do within a company, and our company culture is very, very important. We spend a lot of time together when we work, and when we get off, and obviously we have families of our own, but we still try to maintain contact and do things outside of work that that are fun, and we can get all our families involved. And it's just a great culture, great atmosphere, and I think it makes a huge difference of having people want to come to work and have fun. You're going to get a lot more out of people when they have fun doing what they do. So those three things I feel like are pretty much capture what's helped us the most.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those all sound like bigger parts of the whole. And one of the things you mentioned AccuLinks being a big help. What are some of the other companies that have helped you out over the years?
Yeah, so we have a great partnership with Owens Corning. Back in 2012, we were made the very first platinum contractor in the state of Mississippi, and we really cherish that partnership. It took many, many years. I think it took about 7 or 8 years before they actually made another contractor in Mississippi a platinum. So we were able to use that exclusivity piece to our advantage in the market. We're the only platinum in the market in the state. So that was a great strategic partnership for us, and they provide so many resources to their contractors, support. It's just a great partnership. Beacon on the supplier side, they've been amazing. We have a great relationship with them. They fulfill our orders on time. They update us on pricing. Without those two, I don't know where Watkins would be, honestly. I mean, they're part of our team. So they've been very instrumental in our growth, and we really appreciate those relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if last 2 years have taught us anything, it's those relationships that really help us get through all these things and all these crises that we've been doing.
Absolutely. And when COVID hit, inventory allocation, all that was an issue, and they kept us going. And we had just a few little hiccups here and there, but based on some of the feedback I've been hearing around the country, I mean, we were in better shape than most, and that says a lot about Owens Corning and Beacon. The relationship that we have with those two. So yeah.
Excellent. Definitely. And you mentioned being able to market yourself as such, like as being the preferred platinum contractor. So one of the last things I wanted to ask you about was just the marketing that your
Yeah.
company does. It's I've seen the videos and the social media and the website. It's all just great, top-notch stuff. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you could just give a little advice about what you do and what contractors could do to if they want to level up their marketing as well.
Right. So, I said something. We had a meeting last week. I think it's important that you have your systems and processes dialed in, and you're doing things the right way. We're pretty transparent at Watkins. We put ourselves out there a lot. If we didn't have everything put together like we did, we couldn't do that. So, a lot of contractors are very fearful of putting their name out there, and there's probably something they're not doing right if they're that fearful, in my opinion. So by doing things the right way, building our jobs the way we do, being presentable at the front door. I mean, we don't have fear of putting ourselves out there. So I like to say we kind of, we take the Grant Cardone approach. We want everybody to see us. We want to be omnipresent. If you don't like us, unfollow us, but we're going to be there, and we're going to put out great content, and we're going to show you who we are and how we operate. And it's going to be a lot, but we want to create this brand, kind of like Clorox is to bleach. Watkins, is the roofing option in this area, and wherever we go. But we've gained a lot of traction over the last 2 or 3 years. I truly feel like in the central Mississippi market, when people think of roofing, they think about Watkins Construction, and a lot of that is based off of the product that we put out in the market, as well as the marketing campaigns that we have, showing all the things about Watkins. So it's been a work in progress, but we've got it. We've got it pretty dialed in, and it's working really well.
All right, that's all great, and yeah, excellent information. So thank you for that, and thank you for taking a moment to talk with us about it and your company. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, and thank you so much.
For more content like this, please visit roofingcontractor.com. And while you're there, sign up for our free e-magazine and newsletters covering the latest news impacting the roofing industry. Thanks again, and stay safe out there.